Hi everyone, I'm Hussein Younes and today we're going to be trying Claude Code. So a little background on this, I've been using AI coding tools for over a year now. I started with Copilot when it first was introduced to VS Code. Then after that I've been using Cursor. So since basically the release of Cursor, I've been using it extensively for my coding tasks basically. And recently I've been hearing more about Claude Code. So I've actually gave Claude Code a try like a couple months ago, and it wasn't as good as Cursor at the time. Now I'm hearing more and more updates to Claude Code, and people are claiming that it's actually matching the performance of Cursor. So that's what I'm going to be testing in this video. The task I'm going to be doing here is content creation with AI. So I've been also struggling recently with content creation. I've had this goal of growing a following on X, LinkedIn, and for long now on YouTube. And basically I've been failing to consistently put together content. Now, with the rise of these AI tools, why not to basically get advantage of that and maybe build a tool that's going to help me with scheduling and also writing the content itself, just to keep me consistent. So if I don't want to post someday, the schedule will take over and it will post actually. So first I'm going to write the prompt, and then I'm going to be actually designing the interface, the application, and I'm going to be using Claude Code for that. So now let me create the project. So I'm going to call it Content Creation AI Assistant. It's a long name. So let me now, so let me just open the project. So I go here, I go to my projects, and I'm going to go to the Content Creation Assistant. I'm going to open it, and I'm going to go here. So first I think we need to install the Anthropic AI Claude Code. So I'll go to the terminal, and I'm gonna paste the command here. So now it's installed. Can confirm that it was installed. So now we can go to the next step. So the next step is just to basically run it. So let's just clear the terminal and then just run Claude. Welcome to Claude. Okay, light mode. So I'm gonna choose light mode for now. Select login. So now I have installed basically the Claude Code. I've subscribed to the plan. So now let's see the next step. Security notes. Welcome to Claude Code. Terminal setup. Yes, recommended settings. For optimal coding experience, enable recommended settings. Shift enter. Recommended settings. Do you trust the files in this folder? Yes. Proceed. Confirm. Okay. Claude Code installation and Cursor. Quick start. Press Command Escape to launch Claude Code. You can apply. Okay, I want to create a social media assistant. What I want to do is that when I'm creating the post, I want to tell the agent or the LLM who's writing the code in what form, basically what style, what writing style, what writing. So what I'm gonna do is, because my prompt is bad, I'm gonna go to Gemini and I'm gonna tell it to reformat this prompt. Okay, rewrite. I don't have a concrete idea of how the app will look like, so that's why I'm just making the LLM come up with a better plan. So let's just see what they're gonna come up with. Okay, so I'm gonna take it from here. And let's create the following app. I'm actually not sure whether I am paste the text. Let me just check whether I'm in the right place, because here it's telling me bug fixes. Okay, so basically that's what it came up with. I'll help you create social media assistant, update to-dos, set up project structure, basic files, create a Flask backend, implement OpenAI. I'm more familiar with Fast API. Do you want to proceed? No. Tell Claude Code to do it differently. Okay, I want use Fast API instead, and use LangGraph for the agents that are going to be writing LangGraphs for the agents that are writing content or writing scheduling content. So let's see. So here's what it came up with. Set a project Fast API in LangGraph, create Fast API backend, implement LangGraph. Okay, implement LangGraph, integrate OpenAI, build HTML frontend, in JavaScript, CSS, social media. I also want to tell it, okay, set up the first initiate a new Next.js app. Do that with command line first. So it came up with another plan, bash running. So let's see. Apparently I'm so bad at this because I was just starting with it. So it's set up the project, fast API. This is the fast API. Okay, so it's doing this now. So now it's creating basically the, it's just going to this directory. And now it's gonna basically start defining the backend, I believe. So here we have the, so now we just wait. So it's implementing this step for now. Hello again. So I switched to my laptop due to this camera issue in the iPhone. Okay, so now key features implemented. So let's check. So it's claiming that it has implemented something. So let me just refresh. So okay, it's not, maybe I need to install something. I don't know. I can't resolve content generator. How to run it? First I need to go to the backend, and so I'm trying to run it and I couldn't. So here's what I will do. So how to run the current project. It seems some files are missing. So far my experience is a little bit tough, and I think it might be because of my because like I'm illiterate. Oh, let's see how we can solve the current issues that we have. So I think this one components, I think this content generator belongs here, this thing, second thing. And also, yeah, I believe this src should be removed. There is a bit inside backend, which I don't like actually. You have API keys configured. Okay, before that, I'm gonna fix this actually. So I'm gonna remove this backend. I'm gonna put this here. I'm gonna move the requirements file here. So it actually messed up the directories. So half of the backend was in one directory and the other half was in another directory. So that was actually unfortunate. So I just remove, and I want to do one thing. So I want to take all of that into I'm gonna put it outside this directory. So I'm gonna put it here. I'm gonna move everything out. Okay, backend. So no, first I'm gonna need to delete this backend, and I'm gonna move everything to here. Move here. I'm gonna remove this content creation. Use update imports. Yes. Okay, so now I'm gonna try to run it again. So npm run dev. So create this project file, backend dev. So I need the env file, which is correct. So .env file, and I'm gonna take this OpenAI Twitter token, LinkedIn access token. I don't know what is it talking about. One is talking about tokens, but I don't care about that for now. So I just ran this. So let me just reload the page. So we have actually something. So, but I'm gonna tell it to change it. But first I'm gonna also run the API. So backend and Python main.py. Let's see if the backend actually runs. So pip install, I need to install the requirements, I believe. Pip install r requirements.txt. We have installed Python packages. Don't show again. So it's installing the requirements. So it's trying to use LangChain core. We're just updating the versions of LangChain to be compatible with LangGraph. So that's what I'm doing. Okay. LangChain depends on LangChain core. LangChain OpenAI depends on LangChain core. So it's critical. Okay, I don't see core here. So maybe, so I just put LangChain core here again. Actually, I'm gonna just let them install like this. I'm gonna just remove all the versions and see if that actually resolves the issue. So actually TweePy is the first time I hear about it. So what is this TweePy? Most loved Twitter Python API library. So it seems that there's something like that. It has been installed. Now just let's try again to run the API. So now okay, please fix how the front end looks. It looks terrible. Now The OpenAI API key is required, so I'm gonna give it an OpenAI API key, and I'm gonna come back. Okay, so I've put my API key, and let's see. Now, content creation. Don't ask about the find commands again. You know what? Let me read the main files again. Okay, so improve main page, layout and design, enhance UI components and styling, test the improved UI. So this has been, let me improve the front end. Here are the changes that it does with the front end. So here actually you gonna need to track the changes with Git. That's the only way. But in Cursor actually you have what's called like checkpoints, so you can basically restore the state of the code that you had before easily. You don't have that with Claude Code. So this is one downside. Other than that, it's doing fine so far. It's polishing. Social media marketing assistant. Okay, so what's in your mind? Tell me about the post, styling. Let me see if I can put it actually, if I can give it a screenshot. Let it first finish. Social media, generate content display section. So let it actually finish what it's doing. It is still editing, so it's edited. Update the content generator file. Polishing, got some error now. I think we just need to wait for it until it finishes all these changes, and we will come back once it's done. So now, cd start need the development server to test the improved UI. Okay, so I'm gonna do that myself. Okay, so it's telling me that it's done. It needs to run the test. I just want to tell it that the drop-down menus are transparent for some reason. So I don't know actually how to. The good thing about the cursor is that you can just copy paste screenshots like that. But now I'm just gonna explain it for it. So the drop-down menu is transparent. So everything I'm doing now is just like adjustments to the front end. And for now, it seems that like so far there are no differences with cursor. Actually, I like cursor more so far. Maybe I'm biased still because it actually tells you it shows you the change inside the file. So if you're a developer, that's really valuable for you. But if you're not, maybe, for example, in cursor, you can just at least like accept or reject some changes. So here I cannot do that. Like I just need to do it differently, or to tell it to do differently, or I need to go back, for example, to this file. So this file is select text. So I just need to go like manually check where the changes were made and then try to adjust it. In cursor, you can just like accept or reject the change or do it differently on the spot, on the fly. So I like the user experience more. I think where Claude Code will win is basically the reasoning of the model and solving actually complex tasks and like debugs. Maybe their tool excel. Okay, so it fixed actually, that's correct, it fixed. The drop down menu is dropping from the air for some reason, so I'm just, okay, tell it to fix that. For some reason the drop down menu animation is weird, fix it. So let's now try to write a post. So now this is the actual meat of the thing. Okay, what's on your mind? I'm writing. Okay, so here's an example. I want to share insights. So sharing insights about productivity with LLMs. Okay, productivity with LLMs. So writing style, humorous, post type, personal story, maybe quick tip. Okay, purpose, educate, promote project, build personal brand, core message. So I've been checking out lots of tools and new models agents for more productive coding setup and building AI agents with that. And so far it's being more distracting than helping. So far it's being distracting. I don't know, that's the first thing that came to my mind. So okay, so generate. So now I think you can generate the content. The drop down menu is still weird. Generate content. So now the content generation is running. If it works from first time, this will be really good. I will give it a pass. It's not even trying to to call the API. So when, sorry, internal server error. So I got this. It actually called the API. Server response 5 error, failed to generate content. Okay, so actually I don't see the LLM call here. Failed to load the resource. The issue might be the line graph setup dependencies. Let me check if there's any import issues or anything. I think maybe, okay, so I think I need to check where is the call coming from. So here, it says here, API generate content. So this should be in the backend. Generate content. So this is in the main. Content generator, generate content. It actually could be backend requirements. It exists already. I'm gonna do one thing. So I first interrupt it, then I need to exit from this one because I checked the project. I changed the project structure since then. So I'm gonna remove it. I'm gonna put Claude Code, and I'm going to tell it for content generation. I just want to check if it tries to post. Okay, generate link, generate X content prompt GPT-4. So that's wrong. For Omni, okay, is better. For Omni post. So now it's calling the API. I've been checking it out. Quick tip: it could be a problem with the model, but maybe no. So I guess we need to wait for that. So we got failed to generate content. So we got this error again. Server error, failed to generate content, and we got this error here. The content generation is actually straightforward, I would say. Is straightforward. So what we need, I also just discovered that I need to run to create a Claude MD file. Use Claude to help file analysis, editing, fetch, batch command. Be specific as you would with another engineer for the best results. Okay, so now it's fixed something. So fast API is not running. Okay, read main. So let's just try again. No. Oh, okay, so it's trying to get the API from 3, but how then it's actually calling it? Okay, so failed to generate, to add logs to fix this issue. I believe with cursor, like I would have been done for a while now, but that's fine. So let's just add some logging to know what's actually happening. Okay. Oh, okay. So now it's adding logging to the backend. The error, I think we need to add logs to the backend as well. So the content was actually generated correctly here when it tried to run the backend, to call the backend endpoint directly. So the issue could be with the front end, actually how the front end is actually running the API call. You can generate content. So it's running it so fast. I just want to try it actually. So here is it. Oh, finally. No. Okay. So yeah. So finally, here we have it. I think the issue was with basically how the front end was calling the endpoint. Now it's solved. So let's see. Quick tip: I've been diving into all these shiny new tools for coding an AI agent. Spoiler: it's like herding cats on caffeine. Okay. Remember, productivity is key unless you're just collecting distractions like Pokemon. You gotta catch them all. Maybe just catch the good ones. Productivity. So the LinkedIn post is a little bit longer. As I dive head first into the world of product coding and AI agents, I can't help but note as a friend star productivity. Also, the 80 character. Okay, there is we can add the button to actually post it. So this is actually very helpful. So maybe I can generate it again. Okay, so fire hold. Okay, quick tip: navigating AI tools jungle. As I dive head first into myriad, so it's like trying to be funny, but it's not. So now let's make it like, I don't know, try to make it formal just to see if the change gets implemented. So personal brand. I want to educate audience, and it is not a quick tip, but yeah, it is a quick tip. again. No, okay, so it's generating. So it has generated. Quick tip: as I delve into the world of, I'm gonna just remove this. Set again. A quick tip on enhancing productivity with large language models. In today's fast-paced professional landscape, harnessing the power of large language models can significantly enhance productivity. To maximize the benefits of LLM, consider the following strategies: define clear prompts, iterate and refine, combine human insights with AI support. While LLMs are powerful tools, the human touch is irreplaceable. Use the insights generated by those models and a foundation by leveraging LLMs. Actually, that's fine. I wouldn't say that I would post that immediately, but this is just like a foundation. I think we can take it a step further and maybe help us to create a scheduling tool. So again, it's very actually what it did is very simple. So it's just directly calling the chat completion API from OpenAI, using the model GPT-4o mini, and try creating having a small prompt for Twitter and small prompt for LinkedIn. Maybe we can create the scheduling system, but I mean the video would be longer, so maybe I can create that again. But here are actually my initial thoughts, honestly, on Claude Code. Actually, it didn't take me a lot of prompts to get configured. I think the main friction that I had were just my ignorance on using Claude Code, because it's the first time I use it. I even didn't set up the Claude.md, which basically serves as the file for the instructions and rules that Claude Code should use when writing code. And the second thing is, I believe, was this mismatch in the directory structure. So maybe if we have that instruction for that in the Claude MD, or if Claude has the correct project structure in the prompt, for example, at the beginning, it would have maybe performed better. Okay, now comparing to Cursor, as I said, from the UI perspective, of course, I would prefer Cursor because it's much more intuitive. You have a chat here, you have a track of everything. You have you can track the chats. Maybe you can do that with Claude Code, but I don't know how to do that yet. But it seems like you have sessions and you basically keep track of those sessions directly in the code base, and you should do that with Git. But with Cursor, you can actually store your data in chats, and you can basically restore the state of a code base. This is a very interesting feature, very important feature, I would say. Another thing that they said, actually, okay, it wasn't that bad. I mean, it wrote this in under 30 minutes from start to end. So this is kind of impressive. This tool sets the foundation for maybe a more useful tool that can be used later for the content purpose, for some content strategy. And maybe we can link it to post. Even okay, so it's trying to post. It will not, because my API keys are not set up, and same for LinkedIn. Yeah, I think Cursor would have done that. And I believe the real test would be in more deep and complex scenarios. For example, in Cursor, I'm using GPT-4o mini. Why? Because the task of just writing a prompt to build an app isn't that big of a deal. Isn't that a complex problem? It wouldn't take a better reasoning model to do that. So I just needed a detailed prompt that Gemini 2.5 would do a great job with. But if I have a coding task, for example, if I don't want to dig deeper and solve the problem myself, I would ask the large language model to do it for me. I would ask Cursor to do it for me. And for example, if some language model failed, then I'm gonna test the next the better model. For example, if Gemini failed, I would test Claude 4, a Sonnet, for example. If that failed, then I'm gonna use the Claude Opus, for example. So I'm gonna keep increasing the reasoning capabilities of the model that I'm using, because the complexity of the task, the context required for the task, is significantly larger, and therefore needs this basically the right order of these agentic tools or commands to be executed. For example, Claude Code actually executes a series of commands. So it would at the beginning search for some parts of the code. It's then gonna make some edits to the code, and then it's gonna run some commands to actually do the tests on that. So if a task requires better reasoning and better workflow, a better plan for execution, then the smaller models will fail. And I think the real test is to actually check like either large features and compare the two, or like really deep and complex problems, and then ask Claude Code to do that compared to the cursor. So then my next test would be when I'm doing my daily coding tasks, whenever I'm faced with a complex problem that I need a solution for, and all the models on cursor failed, then I would go to Claude Code and try to solve it with Claude Code, and then compare the agentic capabilities of that, because the large language model is the same. Cursor they have like Claude 4, Sonnet, and the model here I'm using with, if we go to the model, also I'm using Claude Sonnet 4. So it's the same model. The difference is that the way they built their agentic architecture behind the scenes. So here I'm using also agent mode in Cursor, and agent mode, what it usually does, it actually tries to first, and like it will try like to think about the problem, which basically is just the thinking tokens. It produces the thinking tokens, and then those thinking tokens will produce a plan. And this plan includes a series of steps for the LLM to execute. And the steps might include searching the code base, might include editing a file, might include deleting a file, might include even a search to an internet search. So this plan and the basically the order of execution, or this like tree that has been generated, the quality of that is going to be the difference between Claude Code and Cursor, in my opinion. And this difference gets clearer in more complex tasks. So in my simple case now here, Claude Code performed like really good, and I'm sure I can just do the same with Cursor, because it's just like the LLM will basically be generating the code, and the code here is like relatively simple. So like not the context is not that large. So I believe that was all what I wanted to show you today. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye bye. By the way, if you're new to AI agents and you want to build and learn how to build AI agents, maybe for your daily use, maybe for your personal tasks, maybe you want to build like your business idea and want to put it out there online, I suggest you to check out this video.